All right, little update. Long time coming on the 68 Corvette, the engine swap. You can see I got the new engine in. Got a lot of it assembled. Still got a little ways to go. Was hoping to put some videos up of the install. That didn't quite work out. I had some folks that were coming to help me and it was kind of short fused, so consequently I wasn't able to do that. But I've been doing some work on getting things put back in. Kind of wanted to comment on the valve covers and the air cleaner cover. So the valve covers I've had, quite honestly, I've had for probably 40 years, been schlepping them around. I like the, I call it virgin look, no holes in them for breathers or anything like that. So I like that look. What I'm going to end up doing is right here, I'm going to run that filler tube with a PCV valve on that, and that'll offset the fact that these valve covers have no holes in them. The other thing I wanted to show you, let me lift this off, is the Sniper 2 system. Obviously I've got it sitting in place. All the wiring harness here, gonna work on some of that today, so I wanted to do kind of a pre-video on some stuff and then get into some wiring. Moving back here, what I'm going to start with is the in-tank. For the Sniper 2, they have an in-tank fuel pump. So I gotta, what I'm going to do, because I gotta run some lines, I gotta change some lines over to accept the pressure of fuel injection. Also want to put lines in that are compatible with E85. I still haven't found the answer out to that, but would like to maybe be able to run E85. But in any event, gonna drop the tank. So I've got fuel in the tank. Watched another person's YouTube video, really clever idea, did it before, and so I'm going to do it again. So I've got my Oklahoma credit card here. I've got an air line there and a trigger, and then the tank. What he did, and again I had done this and it worked really well, is drop this down inside the tank, put a rag around this to create somewhat of a seal. It's not going to be airtight, but somewhat of a seal, and then pressurize the tank. And what that does is that forces the fuel out, and then I'll catch it in this, I think it's a 5 or 6 gallon catch can, and works really well. So if you ever need to get fuel out of a vehicle, this is a great way to do it. So I'm going to do that, drop the tank out, and change that sending unit. What I've decided to do, let me come on over here a second. So I've got my workbench set up for today, and it's going to be all about electrical and soldering. So this is the in-tank fuel pump, the harness for it. Again, I've got the PDM, power distribution module. This I'm going to end up putting in the compartment where the jack would go. I'll take some video of that later, but I've already got an amp that I'm using that I put in there. I've got some relays because I added electric door locks to the car, remote electric door locks, and this module will go in there. So I've got the wiring harness. Let me move this here a second. This is the harness for the Sniper 2. So I've got to extend those wires. So these wires will run into here. That's got a relay built in. That will, the wiring for this, let me show you this real quick. The wiring for this shows that you end up putting a relay in the system. Well, with a PDM, you don't have to do that. You just wire straight into that, and there's a built-in, I guess it would be a solid state relay in there. We'll take care of that. So I've got to run wire from the pump to this, and then also for the Sniper 2 wiring harness, I've got to extend those wires. So again, today is going to be all about soldering. I've got everything set up here, my essentially soldering station for the day. So I'm going to do some video of soldering the way I like to do it. I don't like crimp connectors. A lot of people use them. They've had good success with them. I don't trust the reliability of them. I would rather solder and shrink tube. One of the things that I'm going to do, and let me show you, and again, when I get into the video, I'll give a little more information, but one of the things that I do for heavier gauge wire, like this wire here, what I do is I take one of the crimp connectors, and again, I'll show it in the video, I strip off the insulation. I use the connector as kind of a butt soldering joint. solder it together, and again go with heat shrink tubing over there to isolate it, so, or insulate rather. So I'll show that video a little bit later on, but again, kind of the latest update on what's going on with the 68 Corvette. I appreciate you folks watching the video, and any comments or feedback would certainly be appreciated as well. Thank you.